Well, I'm pleased to say that John Volanthen, the British diver who helped lead that rescue, joins us now live. John Volanthen, thank you so much for being with us, and well done on that rescue. Just talk us through those 18 days.
Morning, it's nice to be here. I think they were a very fraught period of time. It took a long time to find the children, but once we found them, we had no idea at that time how we were going to get the boys out. And that was perhaps the most difficult part of the operation. Most people in the press seem to think that once we found them, it would be easy, but really the difficulties were just starting. But eventually we were able to bring all of the boys back to the surface safely, as well as the coach.
And just remind us, for those watching that have forgotten how this happened, how you managed to get involved in this, and also why it was that we had to get divers to get these boys out of the cave when they managed to, obviously, they didn't swim in, they walked in.
So the boys walked into the cave, and then unfortunately, due to heavy rainfall, the cave flooded behind them. And so there was eventually a mile or 1,500 meters of completely flooded passage separating the chamber where they were sheltering, separating them there from the exit. And so it was necessary to dive them back out through that mile of flooded passages. And that was why essentially we needed divers. I'm a member of a cave rescue organization in the UK, and I tend to specialize in cave diving. And this was one of those very difficult or unusual situations that required our expertise.
Yeah, it was just an incredible moment. I remember it very well, and I'm sure that it kind of put us in a position of when we were trying to rescue those Chilean miners as well. We were just waiting and waiting and hoping that you guys would be able to do it, and eventually you did. I mean, describe what it was like when you finally managed to get through to those lads.
When we found the boys, I was a long way beyond what would normally be considered acceptable safety margins in cave diving. And so I was very focused on my survival at that time, making sure I could make my exit. But immediately we found the boys, everything changed. And rather than being worried about myself, I now had to be worried about the boys and trying to be thinking about their welfare and worrying about how we were going to work with them to reassure them, to give them some sense that we were going to be able to get them out.
And John, a thought on the film depicting the rescue. Is it any good?
I think the film's amazing. The underwater cinematography especially is absolutely outstanding. And I think Ron Howard and the whole team have done a really good job of capturing what I felt was the most important part of the rescue, the concept of teamwork, the idea that all of these organizations from different nations all came together with a single shared goal, and we were able to bring all of the boys out by working closely with one another.
And finally then, John, just talk to us a little bit about the work that you're doing to sort of maintain that idea of teamwork and making sure that people stay safe when they do take part in these kind of activities.
I realized that most of my lessons that I'd learned in cave diving could be transferred both to normal life and also to the workplace. And so I've been involved with a leadership course with EDAP, and we've put this online and it's available for free to allow people really to get a sense, hopefully, of some of the lessons and some of the techniques that I've learned over the years to be able to cope better, not just with cave diving and cave rescue situations, but also situations you find perhaps in the workplace, or also just that we encounter in everyday life.